Hello, everybody. This is Sherline from Sapphire Dragonfly. So, today is actually the first segment of Dear Sherline, where you have the ability to ask me a question that is more around advice of how to handle a situation. This can be regarding relationships, careers, um, anything that you may be going through and you just want to ask the question of how to handle something, and you're just looking for an advice. Once again, like I said before, this is not tarot. I will not be pulling out cards as like a tarot reading. If you ask questions regarding that, I will send you back your questions and ask you to put it more in a advice type of paragraph. So I picked out three, and I'm actually going to start doing them. But for anybody that wants to send me their questions, you can do it at www.axsherline.com. It will be also the link will be below underneath under the description. So I am going to do the first one. She goes by the name of Misty. And Misty question, she says, I'm an Aquarius. I left a horrible relationship in 2016. He was a narcissist, possible psychopath. My therapist terms him psychopath. I'm in counseling after my life fell apart mentally, emotionally, physically. I had a stroke and now have functional neurological disorder, depression, PTSD. Friday reading resonated with me. I'm on the path of healing and looking at a new career after I get the okay to return back to work. I cannot decide what path to take. Have always worked in the mental health field as a case manager. However, I cannot do this anymore. Too much stress. I'm 54 and need the first steps how to start a new career. So, Misty, I want to say thank you again for reaching out to me. Um, I'm glad that you are doing better. I'm sorry that you had to go through the unfortunate experience of dealing with a narcissist slash psychopath. The good thing that I'm encouraged to hear is that you are getting professional help to deal with the terms, to understand your depression, your PTSD, and to help you start the healing process. Also, I'm looking at your health um, and your stroke, which could have been a possibility of the stressors in your life. So now that you're in recovery, it sounds like you are trying to heal yourself, get yourself back together. So what I'm getting is the questions you're finding out is what should you do? I think that you might want to um, see if your job has something that you can do, that you can remain there without actually being a case manager. I mean, look into if there's something else that you can do that you don't have to be out in the field anymore, per se, where you're having to do a lot of movement. Maybe there's something in their office. You might want to look to see if they have any posting in internal. That's something that you can do. Um, and if that's not possible, I want you to take this time while you're healing to figure out, what is it that you enjoy doing? Is there something that you wanted to do before and you just never thought you could do it? Maybe open a business or do something else that is completely different, but you didn't think you can do it. So I would say definitely start writing down things that you enjoy doing, and seeing if that's something that you can go back and look into having a career in that. You have the time to do that while you're healing. This will be the perfect time for you to do that. And of course, I do offer life coach where I can sit down with you and come up with different tasks that you can figure out how you want to go about finding a new career, if that is where you want to go. But I think that if you can't physically do the work that you are currently was doing prior to the stroke, you definitely want to start putting down some ideas of things that you may have not considered doing in the past prior to the stroke. So definitely start writing those down, things that you can do and exploring that. And of course, if you need assistance, I do life coaching, that we can work together in coming up with something else that you may want to do or explore. But I would definitely see if your job have different positions that you can apply for, and see if that can suit you better instead of leaving a company. I had to do that myself. I no longer was able to be out doing therapy, but I was able to still stay with my company and work inside, and still train clinicians and helping them. And I still get that clinical stuff, feedback I am able to still do with them, even though I don't see clients anymore. I'm still able to be in the field with the same company. I didn't have to leave because my situation changed. So that is an idea for you. I hope that helps, Misty. And of course, if you ever want to book a session, a life coach session with me to help you figure out that, you can always do that at SapphireDragonfly.us. Hope that helps. The second question I got was from Rash. And I'm going to read her question. And so what Rash asked is, she's in a third party situation, and she believed that in timing, the truth will reveal itself. She strongly believes her intuition feels she will come, and the third party will expose the affair. So her question is, will it be less than a month or longer? I am not ungrateful. I know the universe is protecting me. It's just been going on, and I want to move on and be complete, attentive mom to my two wonderful, deserving kids. So Rash, part of it was kind of like a tarot. Like I said before, I'm not going to answer any questions regarding that. If you want a reading about a third party, I'll be happy to do so. What I want to do is talk to you about the attention you're putting regarding this other person. And what I'm sensing is that you are putting a lot of energy in something that you don't have control over. And this can be very detrimental when we put our focus on people, places, or things that does not serve us. It does not serve you to know when or if this other person is going to reveal an affair. Use your intuition. Use your guidance. If you feel like the situation is what it is, then that's what it is. You have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Are you going to, with this information, if this person came to you and provided you with this information, is it going to change anything? You have to honestly ask yourself that. Will it change my situation? Will I make changes if I knew this information? Or is it just information you want to know? And secondly, you say you have children. So when we talk about children, and sometimes when we are caught up in our life and things that's going on, children are affected by that, because we can't be a happy, coherent parent and be available. When I mean available, not just physical, but emotionally as well as mentally, because you will miss things that are going on because we're so focused on things that does not serve the family as a whole. Your children can pick up on your energy, even if they don't say anything. And if they notice that you are shut down because they see you unhappy, or you're quiet, or you seem sad, or they see you crying, they know that something is wrong. So they pick up on that energy. And so they may keep that, and they're trying to figure out what is the problem. And sometimes kids even blame themselves. So what I would say to you is that, and when you ask the advice of what you should do, I think you need to channel your focus back on your kids, on the two beautiful kids that you talked about. And look at how is this affecting them. This situation is taking their mother away from them. And this is not what you want. I can hear that. I'm sensing that that's not what you want. And even though I said I wouldn't do this, but I am going to pull out a, Spirit is telling me to just give you a life-changing card. Spirit. Okay, you got two. One is family changes, and the other one is changing your mind. And I'm going to read both of them, and I'm going to end it on that. But it makes sense. So I'm going to read Changing Your Mind. It says, this card means that you've changed your mind about a previous decision and you're struggling with the possible repercussion. Maybe you're worried about what other people may think, or whether you or another will suffer consequences due to your second thoughts. You know more now than when you made your original decision. Perhaps you could have uncovered this information with a little more investigation. Nonetheless, the circumstances unfolded as they did for a higher purpose. Learn from your former actions so that in the future you take your time doing research prior into making decisions. In the meantime, know that changing one's mind is an option for us all. So, you're going back and forth, changing your mind. You make a decision, then you backtrack. You make a decision, you backtrack, and saying, stand on your decision. You don't need to waver. And the other one with family changes. This card comes to you with the announcement of a change in your family. You needn't worry about this shift because it unfolds with divine blessings. Trust that you and your family are entirely watched over and protected by God and the angels. And this change only arises because it is the free will choice of those involved. Your role is to keep steady prayers that everyone chooses the path of God's love. Then release your prayers with faith and love. If you need to take action, God will clearly guide you and support you all the way. While change can seem threatening, in the long run, it always works out for the best. And so it is with your loved ones. Truly, this change will bring you closer together and bond you in new ways. So there may be some changes coming towards you. You can't control people's actions. You can only control yours. Make the best decision for you and your family, and everyone is okay. In the meantime, just know that God and the angels are watching over you as this changes occur. So that's all I have for you, Rash. I hope that helps. Like I said, I'm not doing any reads, but I felt the desire to at least give you some life-changing what the Spirit wanted you to know. And then last not least, I have D. King, who had a question. And let me get her question out. It says, hi, Sherline. Love the reads. His home to my story. A little about me. Have been with a narc for years that only made me bitter and jaded. And during that time, my kidneys shut down on me due to kidney disease. Instead of my ex supporting me, he broke me down more. I fought back and gained my power and started to rely on myself. I got my kidney transplant a week ago today, but now I feel lost and alone. Got a new start on life, but need help in what that may be. What advice and guidance can you offer to me to help me continue along my path? Thank you so much. Well, Don King, I am so sorry that you had to go through this illness, having your kidneys not functioning, and then not having that support system from your ex. But like you said before, you got a new path. You were able to get a kidney transplant, and now with that, you're still feeling, okay, I got this new life, but now I don't know what to do with myself. And what I'm hearing is that you need to take some time to not just to recuperate, but to also stand still. I'm hearing that you need to stand still, and you need to evaluate the decisions you made regarding the last situation. And then think of ways that you could have made things differently. And what I'm hearing in my head is journal. You could possibly start journaling your past and how it affected you, how it's affecting you now. And because your health will still connect with your mental state. So while you're healing, if you're still in a mental state where you're worried or you're still thinking about the past and it makes you feel some kind of way, it will slow down your healing process. And I think I said this on Misty's as well. When you're physically under attack or you're healing physically, your mind and everything else also plays a role in how quickly you recover. So at this time, I think you should focus more on your recovery, getting yourself back together, and then you could start dealing with the other things, the emotional piece of the loss you've had with losing this partner. Even though the relationship wasn't healthy, it was still a death. It was still something that didn't serve you, that you went through, that you experienced, and it broke your heart. So one of the things I would suggest is to start taking care of yourself. Self-care. I'm all about self-care. So not only taking care of yourself, but doing something nice for yourself. Doing something that you enjoy. Once you're able to get the okay from the doctors that you can move around and do things. Self-care. 2, I would suggest journaling as well, to put down your feelings down on paper if you're not starting already. I don't always suggest to journal every day. I used to give my clients 3 or 4 days that they can journal and space it out. And I think that sometimes people are not free with their journaling, but I think you should be able to put anything you feel, because this is not something you're going to share with anyone. This is your inner stuff that you're putting out there. And 3rd, you can also benefit from a life coach as well. When you're ready to feel like you want to date again and think you're ready to start working on that, then thinking about that, because right now you're focused on the loss and not thinking about why you lost it. Why this relationship was unhealthy. Yes, it wasn't there. And that's when that codependency sometimes comes in, is that sometimes people rather have that negative energy or that negative situation around, so they don't have to deal with themselves being a quiet space. And what I'm hearing Spirit say is that you're in a quiet space. You're quiet. It's okay to be quiet. Okay? So that's my advice to you. I'm also going to pull a card as well. And then I'm going to go back to Misty and give her a card as well. But D King, this card is for you. This is a life-changing oracle card that I use. And I'm just asking Spirit. Usually I ask Spirit to just give me one. And that's... Okay. So you got seeking and finding. And I'm going to read that for you. And I hope this resonates. If I can get this. Seeking and finding. Like a butterfly flying from flower to flower, you are searching for what's next. This card reassures you that you'll find what you're looking for. Hold the vision of success, experience the excitement of the process, and feel fulfillment as if everything has already been accomplished. Keep calling upon the guidance of God and the angels to lead you in the best direction. Look within yourself to find great love and beauty. Don't draw fear onto your path by worrying about what will come. Put only love into any thoughts and feelings you have about your future. Trust that everything that is rightly yours already belongs to you spiritually. Anything you are seeking is seeking you also. Have faith and open your arms to receive. So what I'm seeing with this is, meditate. Not just only meditate, but what you're seeking and finding, ask the universe what you want. If you want peace, ask for peace. If you want guidance, ask it for guidance. They will give it to you. Trust your intuition. I'm hearing trust your intuition. But you're going to be okay. I keep telling everyone that you're going to be okay. Okay? I hope that resonates. Misty, I didn't get to pull a card on you, but I only think it's just fair that I do. So I hope that you stayed to listen to the whole video because I definitely want you to get this. So Misty, Spirit, give me one life-changing just one for Misty regarding her life. Okay, end of an era. And I've read this so many times that I don't really need to read the card, but I'm going to do it as well. What I get for end of an era, it talks about your situation. I think it's more about your job, that it has come to an end and it's time for you to go ahead and start a new beginning with somewhere else. But I'll read the book. It says, life chapters in a book. Life has eras and begin and end. You drew this card because this cycle of beginnings and ending is touching you right now. It's important to be very gentle with yourself during times of change. Think of butterfly in the canoe, dormant in preparation for a rebirth with wings. You're in a similar state right now, so please practice daily self-care. And don't feel guilty about saying no to extra activities so that you can rest, heal, and prepare for the next era ahead. So, like I said earlier, Spirit is, oh my God, rest, heal, and, get ready for the new beginning with your life. And I'm hearing with your new career, with your new job. Just in general, you're going to be walking into something new, but you need to rest and heal in the process. Self-care, take care of yourself. And since I'm doing this video on a Sunday, like I always tell my clients, self-care Sunday. So do something good for yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay. All right, guys, it is all for that Dear Sherline, advice. I really enjoy this. So please, if anybody would like to send me a question or they need an advice on a situation and just want some clarity, please go ahead and send me your questions at www.askshirlene.com. I do it every Sunday and it's uploaded for Monday. So Monday you get your videos. When you send me your question, I will let you know what Monday your video will come out. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.